my name is Cheryl and welcome to another video. Today I just wanted to talk about my planning process that I have done for hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. Keep in mind that I'm only planning on hiking the first 500 miles. If it goes really well, then I may continue on, even thinking about the Sierras, but we'll see how I do with the first 500. So first things first, how did I even find out about the trail? Well, it was this movie. Well, this is the book, but it was the movie that started it all, as cliche as that is. But I didn't even know that long distance hiking was even a thing until I saw the movie. And here I am. My second book. Once I decided that I wanted to try hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, I thought I need some information. So I bought this book, the Pacific Crest Trail Data Book. I bought this about 4 years ago, and it's a little tiny thing, and it wasn't a good book for my very first book on learning about the trail. It has data in it, a bunch of numbers that I didn't understand what they meant, elevation, towns and roads, and it made no sense to me. I was looking more for a how to do the trail book. This wasn't it. So I put this one away. It makes sense to me now, but back then, no. So I thought to myself, okay, how do I learn about this trail? Step one, YouTube. Of course, you learn everything on YouTube. So I just started gathering information from various different YouTube channels, some of which are the main ones you've heard of: Darwin and Dixie, Juniper Hikes, Marmalade Outdoors, The Old Man and the PCT, The Hiking Rev, Fire Roaming Wild, and Marcy from Miles to Go. Those two ladies did not finish the trail, but I liked how they vlogged their experience on the trail, their emotional experience, the physical experience, how hard it was, because I don't want to go into this trail thinking it's a nice, easy, breezy, coasty trail. I want someone to tell me how hard it is, and I want to know what I'm in for. So that was a really great video. Tiki Bird Hikes is another one. Now this lady, she hiked the trail, or she attempted the hike twice, and she's doing it again for the third time. And I like that she has this goal and she's not giving up. Tracy, this is your year. I know it is. I hope I meet you on the trail. And then I started listening to audiobooks, podcasts. I bought some Kindle books that I started to read, and Facebook groups. I joined the Facebook group for the first time in 2019, and then 2020, and then 2021, and then now 2022. And I'm on Yogi's Facebook group. Didn't even know who Yogi was until I was on her Facebook group. She is a wealth of information. She does a live talk with us every week, talking about various different things from clothing to food, emergency plan, the Far Out app, resupply. She's given us handouts, for example, like this. So this is a map, and this is the section that I'm doing, and it shows you how many miles in between each town, how far it is to go to town, because I'll need to get a hitchhike, and she even tells us the best way to go into town. So you might have to take the second road, so you don't have to go up a big steep hill with a full pack. I found that super, I hate using the word super. I found that incredibly helpful. She also gave us a sample resupply as to where she buys her food, how much she packs for, and the mile in the town that she's in. So I used the example to lay out what I want. Of course, going to the PCTA website, that has all sorts of information on there as well. That's where you apply for your permit. that is where you get your California campfire permit, which I have right here. You just do a video and then you're finished. You get your name on it, you print it off, and you carry the paper with you. You need to have the paper copy. So I'm putting that in a bag like this. Another really good resource that I used is a Half Mile website. Tons of information and data in there. You can learn every little detail about the trail, where things are, phone numbers for stores and hotels and post office and addresses for those businesses as well for when you want to send a resupply box. I got my maps. I've been studying like crazy. I've been circling certain areas and putting the mile markers on them. And the Far Out app, I have that. I've been studying it. So for me, the more information I gather, and then I start making connections with the information. So, you know, the half mile information makes sense to me when I look at the Far Out app because it's familiar. All right, what else? The other planning part of the hike is the insurance. I just contacted my travel insurance and I asked her how much it would cost to have full medical insurance and a helicopter evac, and it's about $320 for the 2.5 months or so that I will be out there. I also have the Garmin in reach, and this is a communication satellite device. My family can track me on at home. They can see where I am along the trail. They can text me on this thing. I can see the weather. I have an SOS button, and I will get the helicopter evac insurance for this as well. Oh, there is just so much planning. The other thing I'm doing is writing lists, grocery list, my gear list. I've put all of my gear on the Lighter Pack website. Post Hole website is also another really good website. You can put in the date that you're starting, how many miles you think you can walk, where you want to stop, and it will give you the estimated date of arrival, so you can plan better where you'll send your boxes and what date approximately you'll be there to pick them up. I'm personally not a detailed planner. I like to have the bigger picture all laid out for me, and I need to know all of my options, and then when something comes up I can pivot or change directions, but I have all my information to know that I can do that. So that's the plan for me. The other planning process that I've been working on is my mental game. The Pacific Crest Trials book, I've read this 3 times. I'll probably read it one more time before I go. I just highlighted the crap out of it, and it just talks about how to overcome the mental barriers or the suck part of the trail. And I would like to just take this with me in my backpack, but that's just too heavy. So I might actually buy the Kindle, and this will be my go-to when I'm struggling. It's a lot of planning, and time is ticking away. It's ticking away. I'm also learning about how to use my phone for pictures properly. There's so many features on there that I had no clue about. I've been taking a course and playing around with pictures and videoing and editing and trying to make this YouTube interesting and fun. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Stay tuned to my next video. It is about my resupply boxes that I'm going to be taking with me to San Diego, and then I'll be mailing them down the trail, and I'll show you what's inside those. Until the next one, keep training, have fun, and like and subscribe.